What's up, Whooper Gang? Vice here, and I want to talk to you about an alternative format. So, if you have been following Pokemon cards in the last year or so, you might be familiar with a format called the Gym Leader Challenge, otherwise known as GLC, popularized by fantastic YouTuber Andrew Mahone, Tricky Jim. It is a format that Andrew came up with in the midst of the ADP era. As the story goes, just wanted to create a format to change things up. And the format is very unique compared to standard and expanded. So let's go through the rules really quick so you can get an idea. So the rules are, deck can only have one type of Pokemon. Only one of each card with the same name allowed in a deck except for basic energy. Cards with a rule box are not allowed. So those are your Pokemon Vs or your Radiant Pokemon or even Ace-Specs rule box cards. Okay. Cards that are legal in this format are from Black and White onwards. And that's it. So those are the really important ones, right? The first two are the really important ones. The deck can only contain one type of Pokemon. So in this example, they're all water Pokemon, and only one of each card with the same name allowed in the deck. So as you can see, if I scroll down very quickly here, there are 60 unique cards aside from the basic energy. So that's for your consideration. I've gone ahead and built a 60 card deck for GLC. This is an example list from the Gym Leader Challenge website, gymleaderchallenge.com. This deck is a quintessential representation of water Pokemon throughout time. You have this Blastoise, and looking back as far as even base set Blastoise, you have an ability here, Deluge, very reminiscent of its Pokemon power origins all the way back in base set. As often as you like during your turn, you may attach a water energy card from your hand to one of your Pokemon. And so this whole deck is sort of engineered to make the most use it can out of the Deluge ability. Because when you look at cards like Lapras with Hydro Pump, if you look at Wailord also with Hydro Pump, and even Blastoise itself has Hydro Pump as an attack. So this attack says it does this much damage, so in this case 60, and in the case of the Hydro Pump on this Blastoise, it does 10 more damage for each water energy attached to this Pokemon. So the idea behind this deck is to power up these attacks, which cannot be easily empowered and taken advantage of without the effect of an ability like Deluge. Because if you were to sit there and just attach energies every turn with Blastoise, there's a good chance that you never even get to attack. It probably gets knocked out before you're able to attack with it, because you would just take too long to power it up. And that's how an attack like Hydro Pump is generally balanced. It's balanced because you cannot easily power it up unless you have an ability like Deluge. And even Deluge on its own is not enough. You need to actually have the energies in hand. So this deck runs cards like Starmie with Space Beacon, which discards a card from your hand to put 2 energy from your discard pile into your hand, 2 basic energy, mind you. And even cards like Capacious Bucket and Professor's Letter to get the energies out. So that's the general theme of the deck. It's based around being able to accelerate energy with the likes of Ice Dance Frosmoth, Deluge Blastoise, retrieve the energy with Starmie. You're attacking with Pokemon like Lapras and Wishiwashi and Wailord. You've got Draw Power with Octillery. You've got Search with the Inteleon line. And you've got a long list of trainers. You know, items. Search out your Pokemon. You got supporters with various effects. Hexmaniac is one that I'd like you to keep an eye on as I go through a couple of games coming up. And look, if you enjoy GLC, let me know in the comments. And if you'd like to play with me, come join me live and we can play some games. No problem. I'm Vice, and I'll see you in the next live stream or video. So take care and goodbye. See you later. So we're up against grass. Let's see what we can do. Wailmer, a bit of a lad, or Wailmer. We do have the scoop up net, which is good. Means that we can go level ball for Vulpix and then scoop it out of the way. Dealing on the bench. Very cool. Alright, well, level ball. Okay. Vulpix is the grab. Right. Scoop. That. Put this down. I'm inclined to hang on to the cards that I've got, because Evo Soda is nice. Right? Evo Soda is pretty nice. So let's do it. Beacon. What have we got? We're missing the Octillery. It's a bit unfortunate, so that's probably not the grab. But our Rain Dancers are online. They are available. Take the Snom. Okay, so bench, Soda, and Wailmer. That is a small Colress. But Turffield Stadium will get a bit of mileage. Without any counter stadiums of our own, they will go unabated. Sun-Drenched Shell, an amazing ability from times past. I remember the Sunflora from all the way back in Heart Gold Soul Silver having a very similar ability. Pretty much the same. And it was fantastic back then. This is fantastic now. So Boon Sweet. A sweet addition to the bench. Seasonal Blessing, drawing a card, not to be overlooked. A pass. And it is our turn. We will bench a couple of water Pokemon. Evo Soda gets us that all-important Wailord. Now, I really don't want a Marnie here. I really don't. Might have to, but I really don't. We're going to take a letter. A couple of water energies. Okay. Put one over here. And we might Beacon. So I didn't realize that they would end up with such a small hand. So now I'm sort of inclined to play it a bit like this. Okay, try and get a few turns out with the Vulpix and set up completely before we play this one. Of course, if our opponent ends up with the draw supporter in hand, we might have to change tact. Aromatic Energy, not too much of a threat against us. Don't really apply special conditions with the deck that we're playing. Now, let's be mindful. Some of our Pokemon are weak to grass, such as Staryu. Ramon asks, how could you go about trading for GLC cards? So my tip with trading for cards that are one-ofs, especially if they're older, right? Don't try and value like the whole pack of cards that you want and then try and do it all in one trade. People who are trading cards on PTCGO often will have like maybe one or two of the cards that you're after, but not a whole lot. So do lots of little small trades. Don't do one big one. Do lots of small ones, because you'll find that people can deal with part of it, but not all of it. Kartik, hello. Hello, I didn't miss you. how are you? Welcome back, and what's going on? So, Blastoise, right off the top, no problem. What will Vulpix get us now? What will Vulpix get us now? Hey? How to place the correct value for trades. So I would use... There is a website. It's pretty good for that. I'm going to take an energy and just put it here for now. Just for the moment. Just for the moment. And we are going to beacon here. And so what I want is probably this Wishiwashi. I mean, we can take Remoraid maybe as well, or no. Frosmoth. Put him in hand. So the website that I would use if I were you is, what's it called? tcgpark.com/ptcgeo prices. This is the website I use to value cards. Takes a little bit of figuring out to figure out how it works, but you know about PTCG Park, but it's weird for old cards that don't have prices to date. Yeah, it's true. So generally, so maybe like if you have like a, let's say older rares are worth like 1 pack each. So let's say maybe your GLC deck needs 3 rares and then like 6 uncommons, right? You could list 3 trades. You go like a rare and a couple of uncommons, and then a rare and a couple of uncommons, and a rare and a couple of uncommons for like a pack for each lot. Just try and split them up evenly, and eventually you'll get what you need. It might take a while though. Might take a while, but yeah. Ilham, can we use Greninja Blackstar to play GLC? So, which Greninja are you talking about? You'll try to build a Psychic deck? Alright, sounds good. Sounds good. So, we're going to Rare Candy to the Stoise. And then we're going to Frosmoth here. That's good. The promo ETB celebration. As long as it's not a rule box Pokemon. As long as it's not rule box, then you should be good. I'm going to put Floatstone on the Vulpix, even though it seems like a waste. I can't believe we missed the energy. Boo! We don't need to attach it. But I guess like we don't want to get end out of it, I guess. So as long as it's not a rule box Pokemon, it's good to go. Alright, hit done. We're still setting up. We don't want to set up forever because at the moment you can see our opponent, Johnny Seasoning, is sort of languishing a little bit without too much to show for the amount of time they've spent setting up. But neither have we. So we need to hurry it up a little bit, if you like. Try and get things started a bit faster than they're happening. See, now things are going to get started with Voltage Beat. So. Now they're going to get started. See an Ivysaur develop on the board. Replacing the stadium with another stadium and drawing 1 with the effect of Rose Tower. See what happens. Voltage Beat. Accelerating energy from the deck. Rillaboom, fantastic energy accelerator. That is a lot of energy. Power Whip. 20 damage to one of my Pokemon for each energy attached. Very scary. We don't like that. Fortunately, we have a pair of very capable energy accelerators. So we'll be okay. We'll get there. Carbu draws 4 rather than 8 with the weakened effect. So, Ice Dance to the Wailord. We are going to take out the Serena, I think, with the hand that we've been dealt. Hydro Pump, 40, 80, 120, 160, 170. Guzma. Hopefully this is enough damage. Let's Hydro Pump. Very good. All of that work undone from our opponent, and precisely why we wanted to start moving the game state forward. You know? That's why I decided to Marnie, even though it does help my opponent get out of the predicament they were in. They have access to cards like Sun-Drenched Shell, Grottle, to help maneuver their way out of a dead hand like that. So it's important to move forward. Okay, some spam. Let's get rid of that. Revitalize, a fantastic card from 2016 era of the game. You saw it a lot alongside Vespiquen and Forest of Giant Plants. Hello, Jaxu. Welcome back. I think that you've been here before. Do I have any legacy decks? I do not. Unfortunately, I don't. I did build a deck using Huckold Soul Silver cards only found in theme decks. It's kind of like a limited theme pool format that I sort of invented on the spot. I'd like to play it, but it is for the people that might be interested in it. You have to either trade for the cards individually, or you have to use the in-game coins to buy the theme decks, which can be pretty expensive. So, Hammerin, offering a whopping 160 damage. What do we do? What do we do? We could Cynthia here, maybe get rid of the Wartortle from the hand. That might be alright. And we can take Guzma. We want to draw energy. We did not draw energy. Oh no. Oh no. So, you're interested, you're a pay-to-win player, you're definitely down for it? Alright, alright. So, we can retreat the Wailord and actually attack with Wishiwashi instead. We could do it. It's very unfortunate that we didn't hit the energy needed. So we can do it like this, right? We discard 4 energy, which is not insignificant. Not insignificant. Then, Space Beacon. We will take Nest Ball. And grab 2 water energy. Not Ice Dance. Oh, I messed up. Oh, I thought this was training court, not training setup. Dude. No, dude! That is embarrassing. Well, our Wailord does live for another day. Done. I thought it was training court. And now I'm seeing that Torterra's got way more HP. Oh. Jaxu, you had a ton of cards, but it all transferred to PTCG Live, and now you regret it, yeah. Yeah, it's a bit of a bother that occurred the way that it did. Sorry to hear. But hopefully the game is not only finished, but like brought up to scratch. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Wow. Meganium, Sawsbuck, Rillaboom, Torterra. We got another Serena. Oh my gosh, this deck is amazing. What? Grass is popping off. We're in trouble. Evo Press is going to do an enormous, dizzying amount of damage very soon. Everyone hold on. Hold on. Hold on to the handrails. We don't even knock it out with... Does 6 energy do it? I think so. I think it does. I think it's okay. Alright, we'll get there. But I don't know where we'd be without this Wailord. We'd be up the creek without a paddle, as they say in Australia. Alright, let's go... Sonia. Take the energy. Thank you very much. Okay. We will Space Beacon and remove the incense from hand. Okay, 2 more energy. Alright. Deluge. It's like I never left 2013 declaring Deluge. Bench a Remoraid. It's going to be handy on the following turn. Hydro Pump. 250 damage. Kind of ridiculous that I need to reach for numbers like that in order to get a KO, but we got there. It's fine. You're a pay-to-win player, so you're definitely down for it. Well, okay, anime, so if you've got the coins to spare, the format that I would like to try is putting together theme decks, or putting together decks that only use the cards that are in the theme decks from Heart Gold Soul Silver. So there's 11 in all. So you got, a fair few to choose from. I made a Grass Psychic deck. So it's up to you. We could also just play, maybe if you want to pick a Heart Gold Soul Silver theme deck for yourself, and we could just play a theme deck game. They might be like a little less exciting than today's theme decks, much less constructed, but I wanted to revisit the old cards because they're gonna go away with the move to live. So I wanted to just give them a go while we've got them, you know. Just give them a go. Hey, Blahaj, welcome back to the stream. How are you? I hope you're well. Timeout Kick. Takes an energy and moves it, perhaps. Ah, put it into my hand. Okay, well, that's handy. How do we play the turn out? So we do have Lapras, which will give us an attacker this turn. I really need that Octillery, but this hand is not necessarily lending itself to fetching it. Let's shuffle. Take these 3 and put them back in the deck. Fetch them out later, no problem. So I think Lapras is always played here. I feel like I have to Ultra Ball, and we've got to go for Octillery. We do discard the boss's orders when we do that, but we have Verse Seeker in the deck, so we'll see. Abyssal Hand draws 4 for us. Not bad, not bad, not bad. So let's Ice Dance over here. I think I want to Field Blower the training center. Then we're going to Cold Rest for 10. Big draw. No energy. That's a bit disappointing. A little bit disappointing. Alright. Beacon. I don't think I ever researched this hand, so we'll get rid of that. 2 more energy for the hand. That is... It's actually rather disappointing that we won't get much further with the hand that we've built here. Treat for Lapras. I think that's it. Just have to Hydro Pump. Serena doesn't get a KO on our active with Power Whip, but if they attach 2 more energy to it, they do get a KO on something like Frosmoth. We have built up a second and, to be honest, better energy accelerator in Blastoise, so we're not too fussed if this goes down. It's more the Starmie, if anything. If we lose the Starmie, we're in a little bit of strife, because, you know, 3 energy on the active, 4 in the discard pile. We've only got 3 more energy available to us, and so it's gonna be a bit tricky to outmaneuver the need for energy. So they knocked out the Frosmoth rather than the Starmie, and I'm pretty pleased about that outcome. That's fine, absolutely. Let's take a dive ball and grab ourselves a Wailmer. There's 1 water energy left and a splash energy, so the bucket is certainly on the cards. Certainly playable. I think that Hex Maniac would be a really strong attack here. Sorry, really strong supporter. But let's use our abilities first. We'll get rid of Cynthia. Cynthia's just a little bit weak now, so we don't need it as much as we need energy. Okay. Alright. Deluge to the Wailmer. We can bucket as well. Take 1. And now, Hex Maniac. A bit of a bother for our opponents, and we'll Hydro Pump. You're fine. That's good. That's good, Bullhug. You love this deck? Are you talking about your grass deck? It's pretty cool. Ooh, powerful friends. Not bad. Though, it is lacking the extra punch it needs to get through the Lapras. Let's see what you've got. Rain Dance, pretty strong. It is a quintessential archetype in the game, the Energy Accelerator. It's funny how archetypes are a bit different in Pokemon compared to other card games. Because when you think about archetypes, I guess like you think a lot more about strategy. Does that make sense? I don't know. So it's like strategies are often recurring. And in the end, like, you know, most decks, there's like only a handful of ways to win. But I guess like Magic, you know, realistically it's get them to 0, deck out their deck or whatever. So it's probably not. Oh no. So the Hex Maniac doing its job, keeping the Heracross underfoot, so to speak. We can be ultra rude on this turn. Do we want to be ultra rude? I think we do. We're going to be super hyper rude. And my apologies in advance to Jeff. We're going to be very rude. Because versus Seeker, Hex Maniac. Hex Maniac turns off abilities once again. And we pull one more turn ahead of our opponent while they're left without the ability to use abilities. So, now, they do have Aether Paradise in place, so putting up a high HP Pokemon might be a strategy to withstand a Hydro Pump. Could have been the play, but not as yet, not this time. Grottle established to the board once again, and an N is played to put us on the back foot a little bit. We like that card. We enjoy that card. We've managed to retrieve all our energy. So Hydro Pump should get the KO here. 100 HP. We can Abyssal Hand, of course. And grab some cards. Hydro Pump. Gets KO. 60 damage to spare. And we've stepped behind our opponent by quite a lot. Very successful outing for the Rain Dance against the Grass deck. We weren't able to put together a win against the Psychic deck from James, who was in the chat earlier. That deck was really something else. I know James in real life, so we will probably play, if I can get the cards together in real life. Yeah, I got enough spare cards sitting here on the table. I can probably find a GLC deck or two amongst them. Alright. Wailord to the active. We need to hit 200 damage. Nessa is going to be our way forward, grabbing us a hearty 4 water energies. Deluge. Hex hurt. It really, really did work for us in that game. Hydro Pump. 330 damage. Not to be trifled with. The almighty Lord. The Wailord. Jeff, do you know GLC, Gym Leader Challenge format? So for the uninitiated, do you have GLC decks built, Jeff? Because we can play as well. I'd like to get some games tonight. All right, why don't we play after this? And maybe I can start building more GLC. So very exciting, I think, GLC in the last year, seeing it supported by Pokemon in general. But also, this is a bit of an average open, isn't it? Seeing in case we get Marnie or N or something. So in the recent alternative format handbook, alternative play handbook, something like that. So there's an alternative rules handbook that was published on Pokemon.com. It actually features GLC in it, which is cool as. So it's kind of, it's cool to see TPCi so officially acknowledge the format. It's very cool. Okay. So it's a bit spooky, isn't it? What we're facing down. Because this Snom is destined for the discard pile at this rate. Let's go Gloria. And we'll take... So we're going to take Squirtle, Vulpix, and we'll take Remoraid. So what we want to do is take Pokemon that we need to have in play this turn right? Like that. Then we'll retreat, like so. I'm gonna put Floatstone here. And I do want to attach an energy. I'm not sure to what though. I'll just put it on Vulpix for now. Can always put it on Squirtle. Because I may eventually want to attack with it too. And then we'll go Beacon. I'm going to take... Wow. Wartortle's prized. So I'm going to take that. And... It's a bit hard. I think I'll just take Wishiwashi. Because we need a bit of a beater to just sit in the active, you know? Just something like that. You're booting up. Cool, 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 cool. Looks like we'll have no shortage of players tonight, which is good. So I'd like to try Huck Old Soul Silver cards, and I'd like to play GLC tonight. That is what's on the menu, if you like. Early Field Blower from our opponent, and an N to stymie our setup just a little bit, just a little bit. There's that Frosmoth, but we may end up discarding it just as soon as we found it. Or not discarding it, you know what I mean. It's going to hit. Not going to have a Snom to evolve from, unfortunately. We'll see. Dracloak. Developing that threat on the bench. Psychic Recharge, doing its job. Very good. You have to imagine the KO is soon. For the Snom. Oh. So what does Splash Energy do? Oh, did you misclick it? That Pokemon knocked out from damage. You like Commander, so GLC is in your ballpark. Cool. Well, I'm sorry to benefit from the misplay, but I will have to take whatever I can get here and attempt. So let's do that. I think I can only take Octillery here. Very difficult choice. Kind of like I'm trying my best to make the most of every card in front of me, if that makes sense. Abyssal for 2. So we can do this. We can scoop up Vulpix and put Squirtle in the active. It's got an energy attached already. And then we can Marnie. So it is working out for us here. Fantastic. And a Brooklet Hill helps set us up. So we've really benefited a lot from the unfortunate misstep from our opponent. Let's take a Lapras, put it on the bench. Was that too soon? Don't know. Hydro Splash. KO. Very good. These players need to remember. I guess so. I guess so. But still, it's the genial thing to do. Staryu is great. It has free retreat, this one. It's very, very much like its base set counterpart. 20 damage attack, free retreat, 40 HP. I believe it had free retreat, the original. I believe the original had it. Hey, Anime, what's up? We are playing Gym Leader Challenge format. Play some GLC. So I've got a Water Rain Dance GLC deck. Basically the example list on Tricky Gym's website. Hello, Anthony Gomez. I'm new on YouTube. Relatively so. I've been around on YouTube for a long time, but I haven't really made a concerted effort to go anywhere with it for quite a while. Just now trying to make something happen with it. Good evening to you, Dog Chow. Hello. How are you? So a big turn from our opponent there, taking 2 prizes. Very, very good. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Anthony. Much appreciated. I'll put Staryu on the bench. I don't think that Sonia is required here. I think we want to try and find Nessa or some kind of recovery, right? Let's Brooklet Hill. What's good? What can we put on the bench? Probably the Wailmer. Wailmer. What is my IGN? It's down here. Vice takes heart. It's this one. And then we're going to Cynthia. You want to learn to play? Well, Anthony, what I suggest is just start by downloading the game client, Pokemon TCG Online, Pokemon Trading Card Game Online. And the client does a good job of like teaching you, telling you what's what. So suggest you download the client and go through the tutorial. It's quite good. Cynthia and Caitlin. We've got teammates. See what happens. Do I use code cards? So I do typically, but you don't have to. It comes down to how much time you have available to you. I've got a video on my channel teaching you how to build a competitive deck without spending money and using codes. But the reality is that using the code cards expedites the process. It comes down to time versus money, as all free-to-play games are. Right, some damage spread to the bench via Distortion Door and an energy attachment. Unit energy there. So this one's the blend energy. Very cool. Phantom Force is the attack, and we'll see. The Staryu, the low HP. And the Shuffle Back, which is a bit... It's not fantastic. Alright. We can use teammates here. I have a rare candy in hand, which is good. And might take the bucket here. See, we can't swing big. It's either that or... like, this is enough to get us going right. Wait. So, 10, 30, 60, 90, 120, 150. Yeah, let's go for it. Let's go for it. So big turn we're looking for here. Rare candy to Blastoise. Let's Brooklet Hill while we're at it too. And search out the Wishiwashi again. Bucket. 2 energy. Deluge. That's an ability I haven't declared in a very long time. And we'll Hydro Pump. Unlucky. We are outside of the damage threshold for Phantom Force, but if our opponent manages to find something like Fighting Fury Belt, then we're in trouble. We've got a bunch of code cards. I'll type it in chat and see how it works. I'm not sure what you mean. Alright, Phantom Force. 10 damage short. Still means we are alive. Oh, no, well, I appreciate the offer, Anthony, but not required. Appreciate the offer, though. Let's use N. Try and slow our opponent down just a little bit. Just a tiny amount. We've got Professor's Letter as well. Just the 1 energy. A very paltry amount, to be sure, but try. I don't think that Vulpix is the take. Let's grab energy. Yeah, they redeem for packs. It sort of depends. Now let's try and attack again. Good. Finally, we hit through the ability, Infiltrator. Take Prize. Evo Soda, not bad. Should give us the Wailord. And this Blastoise should stick to the board a lot better than our previous Pokemon, so we're in reasonable shape. We're in reasonable shape. It's not by no means guaranteed, of course, but we got a couple of turns ahead of us. Try and outmaneuver the Psychic GLC deck. Teammates. Fantastic card for this format because each KO is typically going to be 1 prize, so there's a lot of opportunities for teammates to be used. Good card regardless. What will they grab? Who knows? We don't know. But you have to imagine a psychic energy of some description is on the card, so to speak, and maybe a way to draw out or further develop their bench. We haven't seen recovery for their side yet, so maybe something to get the Dragapult line back, perhaps. Could be Rescue Stretcher. Energy Attachment. Fighting Fury Belt. And an Assault. The Psychic kind. Let's just promote Wishiwashi here. It's got a lot of HP, so it can stand up to our opponent. Evo Soda will grab the Wailord. And then let's Brooklet Hill real quick. We don't want to draw into... No. We don't want to put it on the bench. So we have Rescue Stretcher... Nessa. Nessa is our only way to get water energies back. And we've got no water energies remaining in the deck, I think. Yeah. So... Professor's Research. We have to discard the Starmie there, which is a bit unfortunate, but never mind. We do have the Splash Energy in hand, so we do get to attack this turn. Fantastic. Great. And Nessa in the hand for our Wailord. Let's Hydro Splash. Our opponent is still not knocking out the Wishiwashi, even with all this damage. And I don't know. We'll see. We'll have to see. Nessa here is very, very clutch. It almost feels like we need one more way to recover cards. Maybe a Clara needs to make its way into the deck, because this deck is quite good at immediately leveraging all the cards that you get back with a Nessa or a Clara. And naturally you have the trying to finish that thought. I'm not sure where I... Basically, Clara and Nessa are both very good at making use of all the cards that you recur, because you can put a Pokemon in play with the Nessa and grab energy back and put it straight into play with Deluge Blastoise, right? Stretcher is quite important, so let's give that a think. Starmie is our other way of getting energies back from the discard pile, so I think the play will be Stretcher, shuffle 3, and we grab Lapras, Staryu, and Starmie. Then I think we just grab Nessa. And we'll put all of the energy all of the energy and get it ready for the Wailord. I'm gonna Hydro Splash. Get through the Wobbuffet. Bit of a problem. That card can be. Excuse me. Which theme deck are you using? I want to join in the fun. So this isn't theme decks. Anime. These are GLC, Gym Leader Challenge decks. So I'll go over... There's probably at least a few people who are not familiar with the format. But basically, it's... Your deck is singleton, so any card other than basic energy can only be a one-of. Can't use cards with rule boxes, so that includes Ace Specs. It's black and white on, so all cards from black and white and forward. And your deck can only contain one type of Pokemon, so it can only be all water Pokemon, or all fire, or all grass, etc. That's probably the easiest way to describe the format. Because there's no rule boxes, it means that there's no EXs, GXs, Vs, VMAX. It also means no break Pokemon, no Radiant, no Prism Star, no Ace Specs. I think even Team Flare cards have rule boxes. Maybe? Not sure. Alright, in comes the Giratina. Fireworks Bomb is threatening. But here it is. Here it is. 12 damage counters incoming. Pot Helmet on the Necrozma. Let Loose. Some extra considerations from Jeff there. Fireworks Bomb. the play. Ouch. So that's kind of good for us because it gives us an opportunity to draw into the energy with Blastoise here. So we may be attacking with Stoise. It's Colress for 7. Very good. But that is not enough, I'm afraid. What do I do? Cry. An apt suggestion. Certainly. Certainly. I don't want to attach energy, but... And this stadium is gross, dude. I wanted to know. I did. I did. I wanted to know, so what did I expect? So, I think I have to go, like, attach and deluge. Because I am going to lose the Blastoise in the turn upcoming. It is almost assuredly going to occur. GLC takes a while? It does. Did I throw the game by benching the Staryu? I think I did. Because now Fireworks Bomb... Well played. I think it's well played. Oh, no. I think I threw the game by benching the Staryu. Oops. Forgot about it. But that was like a really difficult position to be put in. The Blacephalon 3 prize turn. If you don't have a way to overcome it, expect it. Because it is a threat.